forceps, vacuum, for example, are one of the main grounds for scoliosis. These kids, they have imbalances because they are in the womb like this. They don't deploy, they don't reshape, they don't stretch the spine, they don't put in place the reflexes. Some kids born through planned C-section, emergency C-section, falls into the trauma category.
My guest today is Nicolas Grimaldi. Now, he specializes in osteopathy, but this time it's a bit different. His niche is in babies. So, osteopathy for babies. How does that work? What does he do? We will find out more in this video. Okay, and right now, let's meet the man who has your back, your baby's head, and everything else in between.
Forceps, vacuum, for example, are one of the main grounds for scoliosis because the forces that are imposed on the bone structures will go beyond what the material, the skull, can absorb. So you enter immediately within the range of deformation.
Yeah.
And if you pass that range, you break.
So, and I'm asking this from a layman's point of view. This thing about the things like the forceps and everything else that is used for delivery can lead to scoliosis. This is a fact?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
It's a fact from the experience we have clinically to show that from a study point of view, you have one point is you need to follow patients for 15 years.
Yeah. Monitor their life and see.
You need to find funds to fund that such a study with a cohort of X number of patients, which would be valuable, a cohort that is without forceps, vacuum, but yet within a traumatic birth, non-forceps, you can still find that. You spend 30 hours delivering your child, the child comes out like this, it's exactly the same as forceps and vacuum. So this is a very difficult study to square and frame. So that's one thing. A trauma during birth. Long, short, just lying down legs up where you have to push will lead potentially to a certain level of trauma. Again, some traumas are important. You may have important signs. Some levels are more subtle and you might not see much, but very frequently, the more the trauma, the more the symptoms.
Right.
Latching issues, vomiting, many other things will happen.
Up, right.
Yes. The babies that are unsettled at night, can't sleep, they are screaming, crying all the time. A lot of things like that, and that's what I describe in my work. So the second aspect is C-section. So C-section is the disruption of a biological process, okay? So one of the intellectual elements to understanding C-section is the fact that there is a reason why baby goes through the birth canal and receives these pressures and stimulations, which is to prepare the body for the outside world, to deploy the body for the outside world.
Right.
So if you disturb that process, you will have an impact, a negative impact for sure on the body.
Right.
Whether this impact is important or not, this can be discussed. But what we see in many cases is that these kids, they have imbalances because they are in the womb like this. They don't deploy, they don't reshape, they don't stretch the spine, they don't put in place the reflexes, the back reflexes, which lead to arching reflex, etc.
Sure.
They don't empty the lungs. There are plenty of biological processes which will not happen beyond the mechanic. The colonization of the bacteria, from the birth canal, blah, 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 etc., etc. We infinite things, okay? The ignition of the nervous system as well, plenty of things. So, but to stay within a mechanical frame, these babies not going through the birth canal, not receiving these stimulations, will inherit imbalances, mechanical imbalances, not due to a trauma, but due to the absence of stimulations. Oh. Because if you don't get your spine stretched, your skull remodeled, the reflexes put in place, then you will have some weaknesses. Again, this is the theoretical expression.
Part of it,
Clinically, some kids born through planned C-section, emergency C-section, falls into the trauma category. The moment the baby is engaged, there's dilation, even 1 cm, we are within the range of traumatic birth. Okay, so these kids will have a wide range of imbalances. Once in a blue moon, and I'm talking about maybe 1, 2, 3 a year that I would see among hundreds or thousands within our team, would not have any imbalance and would not require our work. Okay? So these babies will show weaknesses that range from simple tension on the back to complete collapse of the spine curves. And this is a very good ground to develop a scoliosis. Again,
I understand.
Very important to just close the bracket on scoliosis. 80% of scoliosis are called idiopathic. Another term that you would
Idiopathic.
Enjoy. Idiopathic. Basically, idiopathic has nothing to do with idiotic.
I'm hoping,
but means simply that we don't know the cause of it.
Sorry, we don't know the
cause of it. Idiopathic. The absence of cause.
Okay, I get
That's the medical term.
Sure.
So basically, 21st century, the medical system has not been able to define the cause of something as common as scoliosis in 80% of the cases. In 20% of the cases, the cause is known. It's a deformation of a vertebra. It's different things. Why do they don't find it? Because they don't look in the right direction. They don't look at the mechanic
behind it.
And the mechanic is the key to understand these processes.
I understand.
Okay? Beyond certain genetic things, which are rare, again, beyond certain trauma, etc., deformation of spine, and etc., as I described. Or even more, there's one big component.
It is?
Is inbreeding.
Inbreeding.
Yes.
All right.
Inbreeding will lead to a decay of the genetic material, leading to a very high occurrence of deformations.
Let me come back to that shortly, as you mentioned that. But I did want to jump into this part of the conversation where we talk about the pediatric part of osteopathy. But I wanted to tell everybody what osteopathy is first. But since you already started that conversation, babies are your niche.
Yes.
And
more than a niche, it's a passion. No, that's what I tell people. Is like, look, I'm paid to play with babies all day long. That's just the best job in the world.
Tell me about it. I think everybody's going to be envying you right now. But so babies are your niche, and they are brand new to the world when they come. They're not like us that spend 20 years hunching down a laptop.
Maybe happier than us. Then.
They're 100%, and a lot more demanding. But no, it's okay.
No, I don't agree with that.
What was I saying? So they don't have these issues like what we have, where we hunching, but we look at our phones regularly, that leads to certain tensions in our body, stiffness in our body. So when you describe very clearly that it's got to do with traumatic birth, which is why osteopathy will be good for them as well. But I don't think this knowledge has been successfully deployed down to the ground, or at least I'm learning it right now, that a lot of it can be because of traumatic birth by the facilities, by the utensils used to facilitate that birth, like the faucets and all of that, right? So what is the most important thing that you think that people need to know when it comes to traumatic birth, and how osteopathy can help cure, fix that, like what you said?
So that's a very controversial conversation. If we extend the approach, the understanding of what's happening during birth, most of the issues we find are due to the medical interventions.
Okay.
So the key element is, and that's where it's controversial, because we are questioning the approach of the medical system.
Understand.
My position as an individual, as a professional, as a human being in general, is based on the rules of nature. My intellectual positions always starts the process of thoughts from the rules of nature.
Right.
The more we derive, the more we violate, the more we try to change the rules of nature, the more we're going to make mistakes.
Right.
So that's the intellectual position.
Yeah.
So birth is an automated process. This is a fact, okay? But we want to intervene on these processes all the time.
Yep.
Who got the power to deliver? Women. We need to go back to a system. Again, I'm not rejecting the medical system. I'm just saying that we should go back to the basics, which is, in most cases, deliveries go very well on their own. And if you build a society which exists around the world, you take, for example, Holland. Women are encouraged, facilitated by the state, and by their culture. The state and the culture is the same. Depending on the culture of the state, the people will be influenced in their decision making. If the state gives you the freedom to decide how you want to deliver, you're going to tend to make your own decision for that. These women, they are encouraged to deliver at home. And that's another...
They are encouraged to deliver at home?
Yes.
Right.
So, and that's another controversial point of view, because in many countries, it's either forbidden or highly discouraged. So, these women, they just prepare themselves.
Right.
And that's where the conversation is much deeper, because it's not just, okay, I, as a woman, I'm obviously not one, but as a character, as a woman, with the freedom to decide how I'm gonna give birth, I will prepare myself mentally, physically. So what do? They have a sauna at home, they are in their house, they prepare themselves, they have educated themselves to deliver.
Right.
And everything is fine.
So that's very interesting, because I was going to tell you that maybe the reason why it is forbidden, I don't know whether it's forbidden in Malaysia or not, but maybe why it is forbidden is because of for hygiene purposes, or they don't know how to do it properly. But you mentioned that there was you say sauna?
Sauna.
Sauna, right, where I'm guessing there are some knowledge on how to do this properly, in a proper way, in a hygienic way as well, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I think those kind of facilities or knowledge is something that is lacking over here.
So the question about hygiene, I understand it.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes we are a bit too hygienistic in our approach. It's true that historically, many births went wrong with eventually the death of the baby and the mom, because the doctors that were intervening in a delivery were cutting bodies just before that. Then they will put their filthy hands
on the...
And then today, where do you catch the most diseases?
In a hospital, I would think.
Thank you. I didn't say it, you said it.
I don't...
Okay. So, again, I look at things from a very broad angle. There are certain rules, the rules of nature.
Yep.
When you put individuals in a completely aseptic world without the bacteria, the microbiome that exists in nature, which is the one that allows us to survive. If you didn't have all the bacteria, all the fungus, all the viruses that are living on you and within you, you would not survive. So where do you draw the line in between hygiene and asepsy?
Yes.
Because hygiene is health. Asepsy is not health, it's death.
Yeah. We are here today with Nicolas Grimaldi, a specialist who knows that the very early years of a baby's life requires meticulous care. And that careful approach is what our sponsors today bring to their products. Autonomous. Parents today are hyper-focused on what materials touch their babies. And that's why we like their PPSU feeding bottles for infants. What I hold in my hand is a wide neck PPSU baby bottle. So parents can be rest assured and have the peace of mind that there are no chemicals leaching into the milk. It's lightweight, it's safe, and built to last through those crucial early feeding stages. So choose safety, choose quality right from the start. Choose Autumn's PPSU feeding bottles for your infant. And now, let's get back to the bones of this episode.
Let's go back to a more simple expression of things. The key element is to put back the woman at the center of the game. For her to feel her own rhythms. She doesn't need intervention. There are plenty of biological markers which will indicate that labor is ongoing, etc., that things are going very well.
Okay.
What would she need to have that smooth process? The least intervention. What would influence a process of such nature beyond intervention? You need to feel good with your own body. So you should not be stressed.
Right.
You should be put in a mental state that allows you to breathe, to listen to your body. Do you think that if you have kids, you've seen potentially your wife deliver, Many men have seen that, okay? What's happening from the moment you enter in the hospital? You put under
all these
the lights and ultrasounds, and they introduce
can be overwhelming,
stuff inside, How do you think the body and the mind of that woman
is going to respond to this?
Yes, stress. Stress. The hormones that will facilitate smooth contractions are the opposite of these stress hormones.
Right.
So, again, this is basic biology, basic physiology. if you want to be in a state where you can just let that biological process happen
on its own, right?
Automated.
Right. Okay.
You need to put yourself in the conditions that will favor this automation.
Okay.
Which is the opposite of stress, light, intervention, time. Hey, I need to go to my next surgery. You have to push. Yes.
Right.
It's not your timing, it's the timing of the hospital. The nurse is not here just for you.
Right.
She needs to attend someone else. The doctor is not here just for you. He needs to attend someone else, or might be attending someone else. Wait for the doctor. He's not here. We need to wait for him to be here to deliver. And then you close the legs and wait. No, I'm pushing. No. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I get it.
When you put all these things together, you understand that a lot of things may go wrong.